could not understand anything. I don't know, because the accent or because we get nervous. I don't know. But I came here with, I feel like I had a no English at all.
How did you get here?
How I got here, I try my visa when I decide. Well, my husband came first. Was my boyfriend at that time. He came first, and we made a deal like he should bring me after a few months of he comes. That's we talk about it. We say I should be right there with you, like after a few months. If I'm not, we have. That's what I think. At that time, we could not like being. I don't want to leave in Brazil when he's here. So after 7 months, I was here with him. I came. I tried my visa, like I was saying. I tried my visa, and I could not get the visa to come to SA. So, and I know I had my boyfriend here. I want he be here with him because we want a better life for us. And he saw why here is better, easier to make money. So original, we had in our mind to come here, make some money, and after we buy our house, we'll be okay to go back. Was didn't happen really this way, but I came by Mexico, like I say. No, I didn't say that. Huh? I came by Mexico. I could not get the visa to SA, so I tried Mexico. In that time, Brazil needs a visa for Mexico. I got the visa for Mexico, and people had people to pass. I passed from different cities. Mexicali, I remember, was one of them. Hermosillo is another one. I don't remember exactly all of them, but I ended up in um, Guatemala, I think. I don't know. Uh, from there, I went to San Diego. San Diego, I took a airplane to Boston. I remember I had when I met the girl who passed me from Mexico to USA. When she looked at me first time, she's like, "Oh my God, you look like my sister." I remember today, her Spanish, it was so like, I don't, my language is Portuguese, so I was like, I don't know if I understand what she says, or, but she look at me and say, "You look like my sister. If everything right, you're gonna pass really well." And I did. I passed uh, with a fake, not fake passport, because it was real passport, but wasn't my passport. The passport I used it was from this lady's sister. Her name was Rebecca, and my supposed name was Sofia Del Pilar Diaz Renteria. I passed from Rosemary Nazario for Sofia Del Pilar Diaz Renteria. We went well. When we passed by the immigration, the guy looked at us and asked my sister what we gonna do, a supposed sister. And she said we're gonna go to San Diego to do shopping. So he looked at my passport, supposed passport, and my sister, and he wished that time as great shopping. So was well. From San Diego, I remember I took a plane to Boston, and when I got here, my boyfriend was at the airport. So everything was really fine. It's scary by that time, but fine.
How did you feel about the weather when you first got here?
Weather was. my God, I have something really nice I never forgot. Because inside all the house is so different than Brazil. Brazil, we don't have the heaty. Brazil is hot, so even in the winter time we don't need the heat. We just need to shut the door and the windows, but it's not that we need the heat. Why here it was so hot inside, so we wear like normal. You don't need to sweat inside. So when I came here, my first like, oh my God, was April. I remember like today, it's April. Uh, was sun outside so beautiful, and I look at the sun like, oh my God, this is strong sun. Look like hot. So the way I was inside the house, I went outside, and I'm like, oh, this sun doesn't make anything. It's so cold. Because I remember it's April, but it's still cold. For me, it was really cold that time. Because the difference in Brazil and here, the weather, it is cold. Till my body doesn't get used to it, I suffer a little bit. And thank God I came in April, so after that, got a little while and the summer came. And I had another surprise when I went to the beach the first time because it was so hot, so hot. And like, whoa, we're gonna go inside the water. And some people say, don't do it because it's cold. I said, that's impossible because I was to the weather in Brazil. The beach in Brazil is so hot. The water is so good. So I'm like, nah, it's impossible. It's so hot. It's should be a good water. So I went inside and surprised me. I got frozen. So I never stepped in so crazy the way I did the first time. Yeah, the weather is very different. I got in shock how cold it is here.
How was it living without your family? I know it must have been hard. You stayed a while without your family.
Yeah, I was very, very hard to left them behind, especially my son. He he was just a year and 4 months. He was a baby, and he was like today. He's still my life. Uh, was very hard. I usually cry days and night. My mom, my sister. When I started to my first days here, I was like was crazy. I was ready to go home. My boyfriend, my husband today wasn't enough to keep me here. It was so hard. But I had to think we need a house to go home, and I try my best. I did survive for a year here, and was the time was so hard for me. I asked my manager to let me go because I was suffering so much leaving my family behind, especially my son.
What and where was your first job here?
My first job was to clean a store. It was very hard for me because I'm not usually, I never had to clean really. Back then when I grew up, when I was a big girl, still we had a good way to live. I don't really have, never had to clean anybody's house in Brazil or anybody's store really. Um, Back then when with my mom, actually we had someone to do at our house. And when I came here, I had to clean. I suffer. I cry a lot. I was like, oh my God, this is not what I thought. USA is not that easy to make money. But then after 15 days to live here, to try to help other people, a girl showed me Lindell's Bakery where I worked for a while in my life. When where I got my paper, I got legal by Lindell's Bakery. because after a year and some, I told my manager I could not handle I was missing my son so much. I had to go back to Brazil. So he asked me what he could do to keep me here in the USA. And that time my English wasn't good enough. So a Brazilian guy, say, "Why don't you sign the papers for her?" And that was the way I got the legal in USA. Starting work at Lindell's. After a while, I start my papers.
How much would you say you got paid then compared to today? You don't have to say exactly dollar wise.
When I start work, I usually get the minimum. But that time, minimum was a lot of money because the economy here was good though. And when I started work here, I don't have my car. I don't have my own house, so everything was easier, cheaper. So I money was little, but it was good though.
How would you say the economy was when you got here compared to how it is today?
I was really good that time, especially compared to Brazil. For me, seeing get money every week was amazing. Like I said, that time I don't have a lot of things to spend. Uh, but now economies it's kind of tough. I make a lot of more money than before. It's not a minimum no more. But that time I wasn't a cake decorator. Now I am a cake decorator. And my money is a lot of more, but I feel like it's never enough.
Why did you come to the US? What were your dreams of achieving here?
I came here because the economy in Brazil was very hard. Like the jobs, found a job was very hard. So I came here to with a dream to get my house with my boyfriend. But now it's my husband. We had that dream. I actually got the house we want, but like everyone, we dream with one thing and we get another and another. That's why I came here to get my house.
And for the final question to close off this interview, would you ever go back to Brazil and why?
I have in my mind, yes, I want to go back to Brazil. We have our house here now because after a while we change our mind. I'm going every year to Brazil and I see how different is Brazil and how good it's here. But my family is still there. Well, I have my family here. It's my son and my husband, my both son and my husband. But I have my mom, and I wish to pass some years with her before she leaves me. We never know tomorrow. I might leave before her, but a natural way is she leaves before me. So I would love to spend a few years with her. I still have my sisters and brothers there. I still have my whole, family there. And when my sons, when I feel they can be a little bit out from me, I'll be going to Brazil to stay there a while. I don't know if I really will stay there, but I want to live there a little bit with my mom before she leaves.
Thank you, and that concludes our interview.
You're welcome. Very welcome.